I haven't been posting much on here because or doing many videos because mostly the news is just so damn depressing and stuff. For example, the attempted murder of Paul Pelosi. And you know, that's all the end result of all this 24/7 bullshit that the right wing tries to sell the public. That the Democratic Party is not legitimate, that Donald Trump had the election stolen from him, and all this other bullshit. And this is all a result of especially the billionaire class wanting to con the public to throw away their representative democracy in favor of an authoritarian style government. And this damn election scares the living shit out of me. I'm sorry, but it does. I'm hoping the Democrats hold their own. You know, they're not flawless, but I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and sympathize with anybody on the so-called who claims they're on the left, that they vote Republican because, well, for example, the gender identity crap. That is so low on the damn scale of what is at stake. It's almost negligible in the grand scheme of things. Yes, it's important in isolation, but you look at what in the hell is going on down the line. The Republicans are getting more and more and more and more extreme. They're even making the old John Birchers, and I've talked about the John Birch Society, they're making them look almost sane. And we've got these people that should be in prison, like Michael Flynn, should be doing time in Florence ADX, and he's running around trying to drum up support for reawakening America. He and his fellow cohorts like Lance Wallnau and other ones that I can't think of right off the top of my head. But they're trying to create a fictional America, or claim that it was something that was fictional, like that we're a Christian nation, which we're not. We've always been secular, and so far as I'm concerned, it'll always be that way, unless these damn fools take over. But that's one thing they do. They try to con. And I don't, and the thing is, you can't make nice with these people. Even if you agree with them on one little issue, you can't make nice with them, because what they're about is women are not human. They're things to screw and things to have babies and be little homemakers, and they're not good for anything else. They're basically not, which is ironical when you think of all these female politicians. Oh God, who the hell's that one running? There's one running in Michigan and running against Gretchen Whitmer. Whitmer is going to be reelected, but that crazy ass woman that's running against her, she wanted to ban books on divorce from schools. I mean, there's so many kids. Oh, I hate this shit. There's so many kids that are from divorced families and single families. It's just ridiculous. And this nitwit even talked about, the other day, she talked about that single women were to be pitied, basically, single mothers, and, you know, not women like her who prostituted herself into marriage. Because, face it, that's what women do. They will deny it till they're blue in the face that they ever traded sex for financial support. But that's what women do. So, I hate to say it, but that's what it is. Because men don't enter into these kind of relationships unless they get something out of it sexually. And there's no way around that. But, oh, and she blasted Whitmer for that she favored single working women who have a pretty lonely life. No, I tell you, my life is so much better than Tudor Nixon's, maybe Dixon's, maybe except for financially, because I didn't have to fuck a dude to have any kind of status. I didn't think I needed to prostitute myself, no matter how poor I was. I have self-respect. That's something she doesn't have. So she can go to hell on that. And she's not going to unseat Whitmer anyway. Whitmer is going to get reelected. But, you know, there are other races that are very close, or that shouldn't be close. And 538's now giving the edge to the Republicans to take the Senate. I don't believe it. I don't believe anything, virtually anything the polls say. Because it's like, I was reading one commenter on, I think it was Democratic Underground, where what they're doing with the polls is they're trying to manipulate public participation in elections, first of all. They're supposed to downplay it so that Democrats won't show up. But not only that, but if it turns out Democrats prevail in the House and Senate, which would not surprise me if they do, then they're going to cry fraud. They're going to cry, the GOP's going to cry fraud, because look at all these polls that show that, well, the Republicans are going to take over. Who the fuck votes GOP? Who in the hell in their right mind would vote GOP? So I'm not real happy with, you know, what could happen. I'm hoping for the best, because we're fucked. If those damn things get in there, and if they get in there in the House, they're just going to tie everything up. They're going to try to impeach Biden, which won't work because there's not the votes in the Senate to convict. But they'll try that shit. They tried that shit with Bill Clinton. They didn't really try that with Obama because they didn't dare. They didn't dare with that because the obvious racism there. So they did not even attempt to do it to Obama. But with Clinton they did. And it was all politically motivated crap they did to him. But you got to understand these people. Some of them, I think a lot of them don't actually believe the idea of Christian Reconstructionism, which is what these Dominionists or these Christian nationalists are. I think most of them don't believe any of it. And no real theologian subscribes to it. But anyway, I'm not terribly whatever, it's finding a lot to even talk about these last few days. There just really hasn't been much of anything. And yes, it was a year since that man passed away already, so I was having a hell of a time with that. I don't think the grief ever goes away. And I've got to sit here and take stock of what I want to do next year, because they're going to have a big upheaval in the school district with a new middle school being put in, and there's going to be a big shuffle of personnel, and I don't have enough money in a pension that I can retire, and I would still have to work, and I just worry about age discrimination and shit. So anyway, yeah, I'm hoping for the best, but next Tuesday, it's a week out, but I hope people aren't that damn stupid. They're going to vote these fascists in. And I mean, they're getting more and more brazenly crazy. Tudor Dixon is one, you know, and there's others, just too numerous to mention, that are just off their rocker crazy. What's that Dr. Oz doing in there? He has no business running for office. Neither does Herschel Walker. The Republicans always figure they can run celebrities. When in doubt of finding halfway decent candidates, find some dipshit that has a little bit of money and is a celebrity, and hope to do like a Reagan or a Trump. And never mind qualifications. But anyway, that is all I have to say on this rambly Tuesday evening.